It's time for RiffTrax.
Mind control music.
Oh, all 3 photos from my childhood.
What do we mean by the word friendship?
Elton John.
I remember reading somewhere that Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "The only way to have a friend is to be one."
Or have a pool.
Well, maybe we all have our own meaning. But what about making friends? And just as important, keeping them.
Oh, I'll keep number 17.
You always like the jobs. How about not returning my car on empty?
What is friendship? Well, for one thing, friendship is sharing. Sharing activities, interests, or even different opinions.
Here, let me show you. It's kind of tricky.
I disagree.
Friends offer something to each other. Hey, I guess it's all in knowing how.
Friendship is sharing. Friendship
Mom, stop spying and folk singing my life.
people together and caring.
A real friendship helps us grow as a person,
Ew.
based on trust and respect for each other.
How are you doing?
Well, I wrote this composition. Do you think you could give me your honest opinion on it?
I love you.
I was glad to help Trish. She sure helped me with my composition.
I have a feeling this isn't quite right here.
Yes, always capitalize fart.
You know, you should switch these two around.
Trust and respect. Respect and trust. A friendship must
The singer is sub Phoebe.
Where to meet new people is easy. Interesting people are everywhere.
And they're
But
wearing their
how do you make
swimsuits to
friends?
school.
It might mean that you have to make the first move. You can't always expect the other person to.
Fine, I'll
Some
send a
people are
request.
shy or not very outgoing. By introducing yourself, you might open up a whole new world that didn't exist before.
Like Settlers of Catan tournaments.
That's how I met Brenda.
Hi, you look puzzled. What's the subject?
Algebra 2. I'm having trouble with logarithms.
Oh, they can be tough.
They're filled with
I had that
math.
class last semester. Let's see if I can help you.
Gee, thanks. That'd be great.
Logarithms are the inverse of something.
In getting to know people, be understanding of the way they might be different from you, just as we'd expect others to be understanding of us. Jean and I are really good friends,
But her BO is
but
becoming
we
a
have different
problem.
ideas on a lot of things.
You know, Brenda, I think it'd look better if it was a little longer.
It's a burqa,
Could
right?
be. But I think I like it the way it is, since it is a summer dress.
Well, I'm not sure I agree, but that's how I'll do it.
Fine. No, great. That's fine. No, great. Good. Good for you.
Friends share their secrets, fears, doubts, hopes, because they know a friend will respect their thoughts.
Yeah, they
or
also
offer
want to make
sincere
out with their
advice.
friend.
Well, Trish, all you have to do is ask her if she really said it.
Did she really say literally when she meant
Yeah, I
figuratively?
guess the simplest way's the best.
Sure, Trish. Then you'll get it straightened out.
I think I'll
Oh
talk
no,
to her.
major skid
Sure.
mark. Wow.
Sharing our secrets, our hopes and doubts. A friendship.
That kid's mom is singing at us again. Just keep walking. We can't hear you.
A friend can offer a different point of view or new information on something that we might not see on our own.
Your skirt's really
Friends
short.
help us to learn.
Since we're working on your bike, we might as well oil the chain. It'll ride quieter, and it'll keep it from rusting.
Yeah, thanks for
That's a good
boy-splaining.
idea. I never thought of that. I should really do it more often.
Here, let me show you the way I do it.
Great.
Learning and
But Mom, we moved out here to get away from you.
Sharing a friendship is people together.
Later tonight, the dad has to have a talk about supporting mom.
Many people limit their friendships without realizing it. They miss many possibilities with excuses like, she's too old, or he's not my type. It's true that not everyone can be a best friend.
Is this
but
a
those kinds
gun?
of excuses
Are you
close
Debbie?
off chances for new friendships. You don't know unless you try. And you may be surprised at the friends you'll make and the things you'll learn.
Carol, my cousin's wife, moved to Phoenix. Of course, Deb will be there.
Here's the camera I used to use.
Wow.
I would like you to see some of the pictures I took with.
Oh, great.
This is William Howard Taft at
Boy,
the
these are
top.
nice.
Aren't they lovely, Pierre? See how clear they are.
I guess they got a little turned around.
Yes.
That little boy, he won't be forgotten, I guess. He's getting older. He's getting older. Just look there.
Nice head cakes.
Isn't that comical?
Yeah.
That's just some picture. And here's where I used to go to school.
Tinderbox High.
A friendship works both ways. One person doesn't rule over the other.
Well, then what's the point?
They respect each other's rights.
Brenda!
Oh, I'm Brenda.
Brenda. Hi.
I'm
Going that
Brenda.
way, I was wondering if you could drop this off at the library deposit for me. It's due today, and it looks like I won't be able to make it.
Gee, I'd really like to, Jean, but I have to catch the bus downtown. It'd be out of my way enough that I might miss the bus.
No problem. I should have done it yesterday. I'll see you later then.
Bye, Jean.
Bye-bye.
Could have just done it.
Since when did you start returning library books?
One to another, a friendship does not obligate one
This music is like if you needed to scour your ear tubes with Brillo.
Keeping friends is something that has to be worked at.
I'm not here to make friends.
For instance, I keep in touch with friends who have moved away, even if it's just a note to say hi.
So he just writes a big hi and puts it on the envelope.
much to keep in touch between.
Well, it looks like I'm running out of room.
Friends give you colds and even more serious
Friends show
diseases.
their concern and support for each other. Just being nearby can be enough. As when Jeff was sick one time.
Hi, Jeff. How you doing? Don, hello. I think I'll live.
Here, I
About
brought your
that.
magazine.
Thanks.
Listen, you better get well soon. We got a big football game coming up.
And you're our best cheerleader.
Concern and caring.
Ah, doesn't this Pandora station have any other songs?
By mutually sharing.
Ever tasted Purell? Go on, do it.
Jean and I respect each other's privacy.
I don't even know her last name.
Would it be okay if you didn't come over tonight? I have some things to do that really can't wait.
Sure. Call me tomorrow. We can get together then.
Great. I'll see you for lunch.
Have fun on your some things to do that really can't wait date with Trevor.
Friends are able to let each other go if the time comes.
If you hate someone, set them free.
People change over the years, and sometimes you may no longer have the same interests.
It's Shelley, her mom?
Shelley and I were able to admit this.
And by that I mean I slapped a confession out of her.
It's better to remember the good friendship we had in the past, instead of trying to force it to still be in the present. People change and needs change.
I'll never, ever, ever, never, 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 ever change.
Friends give thoughtful help when it's needed. Just because Brenda didn't ask for it, didn't mean that she couldn't use it.
Say, Brenda, a bunch of us are going to the park. I stopped by to see if you'd like to come along.
I'd love to, Jean, but I told my mom I'd have the kitchen cleaned before she got home.
Oh. Well, I'll help, and then we can both go.
That'd be great. Thanks, Jean. Why don't you grab a towel?
All right.
And then mop the floor, vacuum the living room, sew me a new outfit for tonight. Looks like you won't have time to go to the party, so say hi to everyone. Bye.
Alexa, turn off music.
Could mean a lot to
Fresh pepper?
How's retirement treating you, Steve?
Friends are truthful, but polite with each other.
Impossible.
They can be open and honest, and know that the other person will understand.
Yeah, well, your ground cover looks like crap.
You know, You were kind of rude to Bob the other day, Don. He was a little upset.
How do you mean?
Well, the argument you had at the meeting. He had a point to make and you weren't listening.
Yeah, I guess I did get pretty loud.
I had my electrolarynx turned way up.
He thinks you're mad at him.
Yeah, I think I will. Thanks.
Just as soon as I'm done trimming this stranger's lawn.
A good friend is patient and sensitive.
What?
When Trisha's father was in the hospital a few months ago, she was pretty upset.
Sometimes I just feel like I don't care about my classes or anything. You know, it's hard to take.
Sure it is. I know how you feel, Trish.
But only because I want to make out.
I guess you know how it is. I remember when your mom got in that car accident.
Sure, things work out.
Or they don't. Life goes on.
Let's go have lunch. Come on.
Later that year.
I think it was the English poet Samuel Johnson who wrote, "To let a friendship die away by negligence and silence is certainly not wise."
Or it might have been Ghostface Killer.
Friendship isn't something to take for granted. It's an active process. A growth between other people and ourselves.
Whether they like it or not.
It requires effort on our part to make friends, to keep friends, and above all, to be a friend.
Yes, Trish, Brian's song was real.
Brought to you by mortal enemies Alfred, Virgil, Ken, and Ted.
You know, Mary Jo, seeing how we're good friends, I made a mixtape of all the film's music for you.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
It's time for RiffTrax.
Copyright by RiffTrax, all rights reserved.